Question 18, we're asked to make P the subject of the formula. So what we're going to have to do here essentially is get P on its own on one side of the equation and everything else on the other side. So I'm going to start the ball rolling by actually rearranging it so that I've got the P on the left hand side. Let's do 3P squared, subtract that 4 is equal to Y, and we're going to go from here. So we're going to think about how this expression was made on the left-hand side. Suppose we started with P. We would have had to square it first, and that would have gave us the P squared. And then we would have times it by 3, and that would have given us 3P squared. And then we could subtract 4 from it, and that would give us the 3P squared, subtract the 4. Now, we know that this expression is the same as y because it tells us 3p squared minus 4 is equal to y. So, working in reverse, we're going to add 4 to both sides. Then we're going to have to divide by 3. And then finally, we're going to have to take the square root. So let's see exactly how that works out. And let's write down the expression again. 3p squared minus 4 equals y. So, like I said, we're going to add 4 to both sides. So adding 4 over here and adding 4 here. And that should give us 3p squared equals the y plus 4. So 3p squared, think about it, y, if I add 4 to it, we get y plus 4. Next thing we're going to have to do is divide both sides by 3. So I'm going to divide the left-hand side of the equation by 3. I'm going to divide the right-hand side by 3. And that should give us simply p squared equals y plus 4. I need to divide the whole thing by 3, so I'm going to write it as a fraction, y plus 4 over 3. So p squared is going to equal y plus 4 over 3. And then finally, we're going to have to take the square root, like I said. So taking the square root of both sides, I'll just write that as SQRT in here. SQRT. Now when we do that, the square root of p squared is p. And let me just adjust this a wee bit, move it over so that we don't get in the way. Square root of p squared is p. And we need to take the square root of the right-hand side of this equation, of this formula. So I'm just going to write a really big square root sign, and I'm going to leave everything underneath it. Y plus 4 over 3. And we're done. So p is equal to the square root of y plus 4 over 3. This is the more typical way to do the question. What I've done above with this kind of flow diagram is just a method to kind of help us understand the process to change the subject of the formula. The flowchart won't work in every situation, but it does give us an idea of how to tackle these problems.